Every person you meet has two sides, the one they show to the world and the one they keep hidden in silence. Psychology tells us that behind every smile, behind every kind gesture, behind every promise, there are shadows. The question is not if people have a dark side. The real question is, when will it show? Think about it. Why do people lie, even when they don't need to? Why do friends betray, even when they promise loyalty? Why do lovers hurt the very people they claim to love? The answers are not simple, but they are real. Welcome to the dark side of human behavior. Why people lie? From the time we are children, we are taught to tell the truth. Yet lying begins almost as soon as we can speak. Children lie to avoid punishment. Adults lie to avoid judgment. Leaders lie to hold power. Lovers lie to avoid pain. But deep psychology shows that most lies are not about evil. They are about survival. A lie becomes a shield, a mask, a way to protect the image we want others to see. Sometimes, lies are harmless. I'm fine, when we are not. But often, they become weapons. A way to control others, to gain advantage, or to escape responsibility. Why people betray? Betrayal is one of the most painful human experiences. It cuts deeper than hatred. Why? Because betrayal comes from someone you trusted. Psychologists explain that betrayal often comes from conflict inside the human mind, the battle between desire and duty. A friend may desire opportunity more than loyalty. A partner may desire new excitement more than stability. In those moments, loyalty dies and selfishness takes the wheel. But here's the secret. Betrayal says more about the betrayer's weakness than about your worth. It is not always about you. It is about their inability to master their own shadows. The pull of darkness. Inside every human, there are two forces, the wish to be good and the temptation to serve only ourselves. Carl Jung called this the shadow self, the parts of us we deny but cannot destroy. Envy, greed, lust, jealousy, pride, fear, these are not outside us. They are inside, waiting for the right trigger. Why do good people sometimes do terrible things? Because under stress, fear, or opportunity, the shadow can take control. We justify it. We tell ourselves, it's not that bad. No one will know. I deserve this. That is how ordinary people become liars, cheaters, even abusers. Not because they are monsters, but because they stopped noticing their shadow. Manipulation and control. One of the darkest behaviors is manipulation, using another person's emotions as a tool. Dark psychology shows that manipulators study you carefully. They find your weakness. Maybe it's your desire for love. Maybe your fear of being alone. Maybe your hunger for approval. Then they play it like a game. They give you what you crave, then take it away. They gaslight you, making you doubt your own mind. They isolate you, then say they are your only support. Why do they do it? Because control feeds the ego. Because power is addictive. Because some people fear being weak so much, they must make others weaker. The masks we wear. Here's the painful truth. All of us wear masks. The polite mask. The confident mask. The happy mask. We wear them at work, with friends, even with family. But the more masks a person wears, the more dangerous they can become. Because when someone hides their true self for too long, they begin to forget who they are. Behind many masks, there is loneliness. Behind others, there is cruelty. And when the mask finally cracks, people are shocked. They say, I never thought he could do that. She seems so kind. But psychology says, you cannot know someone fully until you see their shadow. The thin line between good and evil. The dark side is not only in criminals or toxic people. It lives in everyone. The person who cuts in line. The friend who gossips. The student who cheats. The leader who abuses power. The same brain that creates art and love can also create war and cruelty. The same hands that comfort can also destroy. The same heart that loves deeply can also hate fiercely. This is the paradox of human behavior. We are capable of both light and darkness. Which side wins depends on awareness, choice, and discipline. How to protect yourself from the dark side of others. 1. Watch behavior, not just words. People can lie with their mouth, but their body often tells the truth. 2. Notice patterns. One lie may be a mistake. Repeated lies are a strategy. 3. Set boundaries. Manipulators test limits. When you hold firm, they lose power. 4. Trust actions over apologies. Real change is not in words, but but in repeated behavior. 5. Don't ignore the shadow. If something feels wrong, it usually is. How to master your own darkness. You cannot escape your shadow, but you can integrate it. Notice your envy. It shows what you desire. Notice your anger. It reveals your boundaries. Notice your lies. They reveal what you fear. By noticing, you take back control. By facing your shadow, you gain strength instead of being controlled by it. Final words. The dark side of human behavior is not a story of monsters. It is a mirror, showing us what we hide, what we fear, what we crave. When you understand it, you stop being blind. You see the lies before they trap you. You feel the manipulation before it destroys you. You forgive betrayal, not because it was right, but because you know it was weakness, not destiny. Every person has light. Every person has shadow. The wisest are not those who deny the dark, but those who notice it, master it, and choose to walk in balance. So remember, when someone shows you their darkness, believe it. When you notice your own, don't run. Face it, because only those who walk through the shadows can ever stand fully in the light. You have now seen the shadows of human behavior. But the question is, what shadows have you seen in your own life? Have you noticed lies? Betrayal? Manipulation? Or maybe you've caught yourself wearing a mask too long. I want you to share your story in the comments. Because when you speak it, you begin to see it clearly. And when others read it, they realize they are not alone. If this opened your eyes, subscribe now, because there are many more truths about psychology, human behavior, and the hidden mind that I will uncover for you. And if you know one friend who needs to hear this, share this audiobook with them tonight. Sometimes, the right words at the right moment can save someone from walking blind into the dark. So tell me, what's the darkest behavior you've ever noticed in people? Type it below. Let's see how much truth we can reveal together.